What's happening, guys? Back at you with another video. So the summer movie blockbuster season is upon us. So in this video, I'm basically going to be going through the summer movies and ranking them on based on excitement and I'm going to do this in a tier list form. So the different tiers we have is give it to me now, hyped, intrigued, maybe watch, and not watch. So we're going to be going down a list of movies and we're going to be going through month by month, starting off with May. And the first movie that we got kicking off the summer movie season is going to be The Fall Guy. This is going to be starring the pairing of Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling, coming off their high of Barbenheimer from last year. And with this one, I'm going to put it in the intrigued tier. I'm not quite at that level of hypeness just yet. I'm definitely intrigued on this movie, and going off the trailers, it looks like it might be a lot of fun and get some good action going on. It's directed by David Leitch, so we can expect some good things from it. As far as right now, there is a probably high chance that I might check this out in theaters. We have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and this one is going to go into the hyped tier. I am hyped for this movie. Definitely, this is going to be definitely one of the movies I see in theaters when it comes to the summer movie blockbuster season. I'm excited for this one. I like the previous trilogy that we got of Planet of the Apes movies. Definitely, in my opinion, one of the better trilogies, or one of the best trilogies that we have in movies. So I'll be there in theaters watching this movie, and it's definitely at the hype level for me. Next up is going to be If, which I believe stands for Imaginary Friends. This is a movie that's going to be, I believe, starring Ryan Reynolds, and I think Steve Carell is going to be voicing the character in there, or he's in the movie somehow. I'm not going to outright say that I won't watch this movie, but maybe I'll watch it. I'm not going to see it in theaters. Believe me, I'm probably not going to watch this in theaters, but when it hits streaming, I mean, possibility, maybe I'll check it out. I'm not going to outright say I won't check it out, but if there's like a tier between won't check it out and maybe watch, I'll put it like in that tier. But as of right now, we'll just say maybe watch. And we have The Strangers Chapter 1. Now, this is a movie, a reboot, or I don't know, I guess it's a reboot or something like that, they're saying. But I haven't seen any of the other Strangers movies, so this one is probably, I don't know if I'll watch it. I'll just put it, as of right now, I'll put it in won't watch, just because I haven't seen the trailer for it. I don't know too much about this movie. I haven't seen the previous other movies to even know if I'm kind of wanting to see this movie. So as of right now, maybe it could change in the future, but as of right now, I'll put it into the won't watch tier. And we have Back to Black, the newest Amy Winehouse biopic movie coming out. And with this one, I think I'm going to go ahead and put it into the maybe watch tier. I'm not saying that I'm the biggest Amy Winehouse fan. I mean, I knew like a couple of her songs really, and I listened to a couple of her songs before, but I really was not a big fan of hers or anything like that, and it was definitely a tragic story on how she died and all that. But I do like, when it comes to biopics, I do like when it comes to like the singers and the musical artists biopics, I do like those kind of biopics more than other ones. So this will go into at least the maybe watch tier. I probably won't see it in theaters, but when it hits streaming, I'll probably check it out. And we have Garfield, a new animated movie coming out, and Chris Pratt is ranking up these roles with his voice acting and all that, voicing these characters, different characters that he's been doing over the past couple of years. Just last year, he was in the Mario Brothers movie. He was voicing Mario, and he's voicing Garfield in this one. And this one has, to be honest, this one definitely is probably going to go into the won't watch tier. I think I saw the trailer. I kind of did. And I'm not saying that Chris Pratt is doing a bad job of voicing Garfield, at least from the trailer is concerned. But, I mean, it's definitely not as good either. They definitely could have had somebody else voice the character of Garfield. But I guess they wanted to have a, wider name recognition going on. And that would probably drag people to go see it just because the name is behind it. So this one probably will go into the won't watch tier. I'm definitely not watching this in theaters. And we have Furiosa to close out the month of May. And with this one, it's probably going to also go into the won't watch tier. When it comes to like Mad Max movies, I haven't really seen any of the previous Mad Max movies. Except for Fury Road, Mad Max Fury Road. I did watch a majority, somewhat majority of that. To be honest, I did not like that movie. I turned it off like partly the way through. I could not get into that movie, and I just completely turned it off. And with this one, I don't have an excitement level for this one. I'm not hyped or anything like that. I'm not really intrigued or anything like that either. So this one is probably going to have to go into the won't watch tier. And we're getting into the month of June, and starting off the month of June is going to be Bad Boys Ride or Die. And this one will probably go into the intrigued tier. Now when it comes to like the other Bad Boys movies, I like the first two. I still have not seen the third one. That is my mission before this movie comes out, is to at least check out the third one and see how I like it. And maybe that will kind of determine whether or not I actually go check this movie out in theaters or not. But I will at least watch this movie this year. I will at least watch it on streaming. Once it hits streaming, if I'm not checking out theaters, if it hits streaming, then I'm watching it for sure this year. And we have Inside Out 2. And with this one, I remember the first Inside Out movie, and it's definitely, a lot of people are saying that it's definitely one of Pixar's best movies. And I'm not saying I disagree or anything like that, but when it comes to the first Inside Out movie, I only watched it like one time, and I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I thought it was a very good movie. I just never went back to rewatch it, and it's not that I didn't have a desire to rewatch it. It's just like, I usually forget to rewatch it, or I just didn't have time to rewatch it. So that's really just a matter of what happened. And maybe, I don't know if I'll check this out in theaters. Possibility, maybe I will. I don't know for sure though if I will. But the first Inside Out movie is definitely time for a rewatch on that one. So I'll at least try to rewatch that one before the second one comes out. And maybe that will kind of determine whether or not I go check this out in theaters. Nonetheless, if I don't check out in theaters, then when it hits streaming, I'll at least for sure check it out on streaming. And we get to the movie The Bike Riders. Now, I don't know too much about this movie. I haven't seen the trailer. I don't even know if a trailer is out for this movie or not yet. But all I know is that this one is going to be starring Austin Butler and Tom Hardy. And I think Norman Reedus, they said that was coming out. And basically this is like a biker gang. And that's all I know about this movie, to be honest. Um, I'll put this one probably into the maybe watch tier. I don't know if I'll check this out in theaters. But, of course, like I keep saying in this video, streaming, if it intrigues me on when I hear more about it, and if I hear if it's good, if I see a trailer and it intrigues me, then I'll probably watch it. But at least I'll maybe watch this. I'll put this in the maybe watch tier, and I'll at least maybe watch it sometime this year when it hits streaming. And we get to Horizon American Saga. I believe that was called. But this one is going to be written, directed, and starring Kevin Costner. This is one of his movies that he was talking about, where it's like one of his dream movies that he's been wanting to make for years. And I believe this is going to be a two-parter. And I believe the first part comes out in June, and then the second part might come out in July or August, sometime around there. Um, I might put this one into the maybe watch tier. I'm not going to outright say I won't watch it. Maybe I'll watch it. I'll at least maybe give it a chance. But I don't really see myself checking this out in theaters. Like I said, like I've been saying, streaming is probably where I'll be watching this movie. If I have some interest in checking out this movie, then that will probably be on streaming. So this one does go into the maybe watch tier. And we get to the last movie closing out June, that is going to be A Quiet Place Day 1. Now this one is definitely going to go into the intrigued tier. Almost got to the hype tier, but I couldn't put it quite there just yet. But this one is definitely going to be into the intrigue tier. I might check this one out in theaters. When it comes to the first two Quiet Place movies, I thought they were really well done movies. They're really good. The suspense thriller type kind of movies where you have these creatures and you just gotta stay silent throughout the whole movie, and get these moments of silence and them not like reacting and all that. And it's very interesting with those two movies. The way that this one is set up to where it's going to be, the first day that the whole invasion happens, and is going to be taking place in a different like it's going to be taking place in a bigger city. I believe it might be New York City, but the change of setting is what got me. One of the things that has me intrigued about this movie. It's like, because in the first two we had where they were in just basically in a small town, but this one is going to be a big old city, so it's a change of setting that has me kind of interested in it. So I am definitely intrigued by this one. And we get into the July month, and starting off July is going to be Despicable Me 4, and this one is definitely going to go into the won't watch tier. Now, I seen the first Despicable Me. I can't remember if I seen the second one or not, but I did not watch the third one, and honestly, I just don't have any interest in checking out these movies. When it comes to Despicable Me movies, I'm not saying they're bad or anything, but they are definitely geared towards kids, and I just cannot get into them. It's like, they're definitely geared towards kids. The Minions, Despicable Me, all these movies that Illumination's been doing are definitely geared towards kids, and I'm not going to watch this movie, to be honest. And we have Max seeing the whole ending to the trilogy of the X trilogy, and when it comes to this movie, I'm definitely going to be kind of hyped for this movie. I'll put in a hype tier for now. for this movie, when it comes to like X and Pearl, I thought those were pretty good movies. I really did like what they were able to do with those movies. I thought they were good. The way that this movie is playing out, where it's taking place during the 80s, and it's going to be another movie that's definitely heavily based in the slasher type of horror genre. I am definitely interested in this and seeing where it goes. So this one is going to go into the hyped tier. And we get to Twisters, and I'm not sure what this is, if it's a sequel, reboot, remake, whatever. They haven't really said what it was. But I remember watching the first original Twisters when I was a young kid. I haven't really rewatched it since then. But this one, I might go ahead and put it into the intrigue tier. I don't know if I'll go check this one out in theaters, but once it hits streaming, for sure, I'll check it out. We got Glenn Powell in here, and Glenn Powell has really been racking up those roles lately with coming out in different movies that he's been on. He's been on a hot streak lately, and just have this natural disaster type of movie. Got tornadoes. Tornadoes is very common in over here in the U.S., and it's going to be very interesting to check out. So I'll at least put this one into the intrigue tier. And we get to the end of July, and that is going to be Deadpool and Wolverine. Of course, y'all already know which tier this is probably going to be, and this is going to be in the Give It To Me Now tier. I'm waiting for this movie. I wanted this movie long time ago. Yesterday, I wanted this movie. Give It To Me Now. It's definitely going to that tier. I'm so hyped for this movie. Cannot wait for it. The return of Deadpool, the return of Wolverine, Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine. It's going to be awesome to see this pairing on screen. It's going to be so amazing, awesome, epic. I'm excited for this movie. Cannot wait for this movie. Give it to me now. I wish I was watching this movie already. And we get into the month of August, and starting off August is going to be Harold and a Purple Crayon. Now this one's going to be starring Zachary Levi as Harold, I believe. And if y'all are familiar with this, basically he has a purple crayon. He's able to draw stuff, and it basically comes to life in a way. I remember when Sony announced this movie, and I was like, when I first saw the picture for this I was scrolling through Instagram, and I saw this on my feed, the picture of it. I literally thought this was a Photoshop poster that somebody did. But no, turned out it was literally posted by Sony's official account. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I just laughed. I saw the trailer, and it definitely looks like it's going to be one of those movies that you're just going to laugh at, because it's like baffling to you, like, why would Sony do this? And it's just like, I don't know. It's just funny to me that they'll do this. I'll maybe put this into the maybe watch tier. I don't know if I'll outright say I won't watch this, but maybe watch once it's streaming. I don't think I'll see this in theaters. But on streaming, if I just have nothing to watch, maybe I'll check this out. And we get to the newest M. Night Shyamalan movie, Trap. Now, this one, I just saw the trailer for this one recently, and I am honestly intrigued by this one. This one definitely is going to go into the intrigue tier. When it comes to M. Night Shyamalan's movies, I do enjoy a couple of his movies. There is definitely some other movies that I don't like quite as much, but one of the things you can always expect with a M. Night Shyamalan movie is that there's always going to be some kind of twist to it. Now, the way that this movie was played out from the trailer is that there's this concert going on, and basically it turns out it's actually a trap for a serial killer. And the serial killer, as we come to find out, seem like the way the trailer is playing out, make it seems like that I forgot his name, Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett is on this resurgence. I like that he's on this resurgence where he's coming back into acting and just being in these movies. So it looks like the way the trailer is playing out that he might be the serial killer, and they set up this trap for him, and it's definitely kind of interesting. Like, it's interesting because when you have that kind of thing going off in the trailer, that could have been the whole twist right there. That could have been the whole twist of the M. Night Shyamalan movie. Like, we could have gotten in the movie. But the fact that they're showing us that already must mean that there's possibly another different twist in the movie. So I'm definitely intrigued by this. If there is going to be another twist in this movie, I'm definitely intrigued because, Josh Hartnett playing a serial killer, and that could have been the whole twist, but it's not the twist because they revealed it already, and there could be a possibly new twist. I'm intrigued by that. So this definitely goes into the intrigue tier. And we have Borderlands. This is a movie based on a video game. I believe it's going to be directed by Eli Roth. But this has a pretty good cast. And a lot of people are making comparisons to it to Guardians of the Galaxy. That it feels very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque. And the way that the cast is what got me interested in this movie. And I haven't really played any Borderlands games. I've seen a little bit of gameplay, but I haven't actually played anything myself. And when it comes to this movie, I don't think I'll see it in theaters. Maybe not. I don't know, unless somehow from now until it comes out, I get just more interested in it. But as of right now, I don't really see myself seeing this in theaters. But on streaming, probably I'll check it on streaming. but I'll at least have to put this into the maybe watch tier. I'm not going to say I'm completely intrigued just yet. It comes close, but not quite to that level yet. So I'll at least put this one into the maybe watch tier for now. And we get to Cuckoo, and this is a movie I heard about recently. I decided to go ahead and check out the trailer, and I'm not exactly sure what's going on in this movie. Just the trailer is a little confusing to me. I'm not sure exactly what is going on. Maybe this will be a maybe watch. This might go into the maybe watch tier. I don't know. I'm not gonna outright say I won't watch it. Maybe I'll check it out. I don't see myself seeing this in theaters on streaming. Maybe I'll check it out. But honestly, I don't know exactly what's going on in this movie, or going on with the trailer. Watching the trailer recently, I don't know exactly what's going on in this movie. So I'm definitely wondering what's happening and what's going on in this movie. So I couldn't really figure it out. But maybe I'll watch it. And we get to Alien Romulus, and this is going to be a give it to me now tier movie. I'm excited for this movie. I've been waiting for a Alien movie to come out, and this one definitely has some promise to it, to where it could be something good. Going off the trailer, we're getting some of those horror thriller vibes back, and it looks like we're getting, it kind of reminds me of, it's kind of a mixture of the first Alien movie and the second Alien movie, where the first Alien movie is definitely dives deep into the horror aspect of things, and the second Alien movie does have those horror elements, but it definitely dives deep into the action elements. So this one looks like it's going to have some good action. Looks like it's going to have some good horror and suspense and thrills going on in this movie. Fede Alvarez is directing, so that is showing some good promise there. So this one is definitely going to be into the give it to me now tier, because I'm really excited for this movie. And we get to the last movie that's going to be coming out in August and closing out the summer movie blockbuster season, and that is going to be The Crow. When it comes to this movie, and I saw the trailer for it, and it's starring Bill Skarsgård, basically kind of a, I don't know exactly a remake, but you know, whatever you want to use. You want to use the word remake, retelling, reimagining, whatever. Basically, this is based on the comic book, of course, The Crow, and we got different Crow movies. Of course, most notably the one that came in the 90s with Brandon Lee, and the unfortunate tragedy that we got with that movie with him. But with this one, it's starring Bill Skarsgård. I'm going to put this one at least maybe into the intrigue tier. I might check this out in theaters. I'm not 100% sure just yet, but I'll at least watch it this year. I'll at least watch it sometime this year. If it's not in theaters, I'll at least watch it. But yeah, it looks kind of interesting. I don't know exactly what I don't know exactly. I won't say I'm excited for it or anything like that, but I'll at least maybe check it out, definitely. But that's going to do it all for the movies of the summer movie blockbuster season. Definitely let me know down in the comments below if you're going to be checking out these movies. Which ones are you excited for? But that'll do it all for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe and turn notifications on so you know I post another video. Hope y'all have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.